When playing your favorite Mario games, do you ever think about what is possibly going on in the background? If you've dove into game development, you know that they don't just work on the finished build right away. There are a multitude of prototypes and early build stages that they have to go through first before starting on the main game. Now, Nintendo is very closed on sharing prototype information or builds, so footage of Mario games in these stages are really rare. But the internet has done some digging, and we've been able to get some footage from early builds through showcase events and stuff of the sorts. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the prototypes of the most popular Mario games. Alright, so I'm going to get this out of the way. Super Mario Bros. For the NES and Super Mario Bros. 2 don't really have any prototype footage. Big conventions to show off these prototypes weren't really around when these games were coming up, and I don't really think they documented these too well. Now, to be honest, they probably do have some early build footage in the Nintendo vault, but I don't think anyone has ever cracked that yet. Now, when we get to Super Mario Bros. 3, we're given a bit more to work with. Granted, it's not as much as some of the later games in the franchise. There are some video and screenshots, but they're very minimal. The earliest we can really get is some early magazine photos. And from the videos and screenshots that we do see, they're nearly identical to the final release, meaning all we really have is just some promotional material. Now here's where it starts to get a bit juicy. Super Mario World. Now this one is where we can really start to see some early builds and testing phases. There seems to be a lot of UI changes. Now remember UI because that's going to be a big change point for a lot of these games. The prototype UI never seems to really stick. They usually end up just looking unfinished. Now, we don't really get any footage, but we do get some screenshots of testing stages. These stages will just compile a bunch of textures and game mechanics that were being kind of tested. The worlds kind of look glitched and, in my opinion, look kind of eerie, kind of what you would see at some creepypasta or something. Alright, now that we've gotten into the 3D games, this is where videos of the prototypes really start to take place. This is mainly because these 3D games were showcased at big events such as E3 or Space World. Due to these showcases, we have a lot more footage to go off of, and in my opinion, this footage kinda looks a bit eerie. Something just seems off. It's like it's empty, something's missing. It doesn't have that Mario life that most of the games have, but that's what you kind of expect out of an unfinished prototype. And it doesn't help that this is Super Mario Bros. 64, which in my opinion looks almost the most lifeless. You might be saying, what are you talking about? Super Mario Bros. 64 has so much life in it. Just take away the music and just look at some gameplay. Like, it just looks kind of creepy to me. I don't know how to explain it. But enough yip-yapping about Super Mario 64 looking creepy or eerie. Let's start talking about that prototype design. The power meter had an analog clock style, not really the chip-away little pie that we see in the finished design. The coin models are also different, kind of looking more like the original Mario coin. In the finished product, as we all know, the coins have little stars on them. And like I said, the UI, completely different. But that's really all we see. We don't really see too much gameplay features change compared to the final product. Next up is Super Mario Sunshine. This prototype was shown at Space World 2001, and there's a couple things that you can probably already tell look different. Instead of just small UI changes, you can see some actual texture and model differences as well. For example, the Piantas look very unfinished. Like, they just don't look at all like the finished product, and they were definitely bound to change. The life meter was also a weird blue looking sun. I actually don't even know if this is the life meter. It could be the water meter, but from looking at the footage, it doesn't seem to go down when Mario shoots his little super soaker, so I'm assuming it's his life bar. The star counter was at the bottom left, and it looked very unfinished. It didn't even have the same icon as the actual stars. Also, as you know, Super Mario Sunshine has different goop colors. In this, it's all the same color. It's all rainbow goop, like just everywhere. Ending off today's video, we're going to end off with Super Mario Galaxy. Now, I can't really tell too many differences from looking at the demo footage, but there are some differences that are pretty significant if you look closely. First off, the title just looks demo-ish. Like, you can just tell that this is unfinished, and this would definitely not pass as the final product. The cursor was also orange. I know it's blue in the final version. I don't know why it's orange, to be honest. The life bar also just looked unpolished. It looks the same, but like, something's also telling me it's not the same. It looks off. But in all, the physics and game mechanics are nearly identical. I really don't see any other differences, besides little minute ones here and there. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I know I didn't cover every Mario game, but if you want to see some more, make sure to leave it in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to get to that. Also, sorry for not posting in a while. I've been dealing with some IRL stuff. Please excuse me in those regards. I should now have more time to step up my video making game, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!